Hello. Time to do a scan, huh? Hello, can you hear me? Alrighty. We'll just jump out of, gotta get the little chat box up. Hello, can you hear me? Alrighty. We'll just jump out of, gotta get the little chat box up. Hello. Oh, alrighty. So, Bitcoin halving, huh? We're done. Woohoo! Only 1,300 days or so to to wait for the next one. Now, I want to take you through. I'll take you through briefly again today because I know not everybody was able to basically see everything. Not everyone saw the video yesterday. I know that, and that was me talking to the halving itself and making sure that you were aware of what exactly it was that we could expect potentially, because there's a lot of chatter around it, and it's one of the most hotly anticipated. Well, it's probably the most hotly anticipated piece of factual information that comes out from our market, and it happens every 4 years or so. So this one yesterday or this morning, about 5 a.m. I think it was, we saw the block halve or whatever it's called. I don't really know. I don't really care too much. I just trade. And I said I wasn't going to be trading. And here's the reason why. We saw this big sell-off coming into the event, which was on Sunday. Look how fast it happened too, by the way. Happened super quick, right? It's a big candle for a 15-minute candle. Even if I go to the 1 minute, check this out. I actually haven't done this yet, but I think you'll find most of it would have happened in one singular candle. 1 minute, 2.66. The next one, is that the? No, that's not the one. Is that the one? No, silly me. Here it is. No, I haven't done a good 10, 15. Okay, fair enough. But there was some big 1 minute candles, so that's a lot of movement. Very, very quick, and not the sort of stuff that I like to trade. It's just too choppy, all over the place, and you know, I just don't like trading markets like that. Now, if you have a look at the 1 hour time frame, where was it? 5 a.m. Here, this is where it happened. It went before I went to bed. We were going charging high, and I was like, "Oh, I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow morning when I wake up. I wonder where we're going to be." And I looked at it. And it was like, it's like just coughing and spluttering, like you need a bit of choke or something. That's the reason I didn't trade yesterday. And look, I'm still waiting. You know, the verdict's still out as far as I'm concerned as to what's going to go on here. But if I just jump out, throw up the weekly. Oh, I've got to use, what's it called? BTC USD. Got to use a Bitstamp chart just simply because there's more data there. Of course, with FTX being a relatively new platform. By the way, this is brought to you by FTX. You know that. If you haven't got an account and you want to get 10% off your trading fees, click on the link below. Well, the description bit. There you go. That's what we needed to say. So, 9th of July, 16. Here, yeah, there. That's where the last halving event happened. The run-up to that event was 80% up. Then we fell from the high, leading from there. Let's have a look. 40%. Now, we've seen a very volatile market leading up to this event. But look, we did see it come off, and then when it found its feet, obviously it went absolutely nuts. Now, if we go back to the one prior to that, which does take us to Bitcoin's very early days, again, you'll see it was here. A little run up before, consolidation, and then a mega move. 2,000 odd % to those highs in that run, and just many weeks going straight up. Much the same as what we saw sort of back through the 2017 run. So, the two halving events that we have seen, both coughed and spluttered as they occurred, and then off she went after a little while. It didn't happen straight away. And where we're sitting here, I mean, let's be honest, we haven't seen much go on of late. We haven't had these wonderful trends for a while. And although we did very well, those that have gone through the courses and have been in my community and whatnot, we had a pretty good run through here. You know, a really great few trades. Not lots of trades and not massive runners. You know, we didn't have any trades that sort of did 40, 50 to 1. That means, risking $100 to make $4,000-$5,000 off a trade like that. If you scale out half that, we just didn't really have too much of that. So I'm really looking forward to the market stop. It starts to trend, then it trends, and it's just been really. Now that the halving event's out of the way, I'm hopeful that Bitcoin can just go righto, shake itself out, do a nice big stretch, and just head high. That would be glorious. Whilst it's not happening right now, the past halvings have certainly shown potential for that. Pretty sure I took the same. Yeah, okay, so the XRP trade, when I get to that, I certainly will show you what that was. I took 2 losses last week. The weeks before, did really well. Some really good profits. XRP was a stop out. I think I got stopped on Saturday, or it could have been Sunday night. I can't remember exactly. I was also long Ethereum Classic as well, and that stopped me out. So 2% loss. I've had 2 losing trades in a row. So let's go ahead and have a look at this margin pair. I'll come back to that, Jared. I'll get to there, I should say. Nothing on Bitcoin right now. When it comes to Ethereum, we do have a lower high and we do have a lower low. You know what that means now. That's a downtrend. So my immediate thoughts is to look lower for opportunities for pullbacks, little cradles, that sort of thing. Now, of course, you look at this price action, you go, well, there's nothing going to happen there because look at the range on that thing. It's just a complete mess. And there are periods of time. It's a 10% mess, right? All over the shop. Well, that's right, Will. It did fall further before it did move higher. So there's the 2 halvings. One consolidated and shot off. The other fell and then ran off. Either way, it did move higher. We'll wait and see. That's why there's got to be shorts in there as well as potentials for longs. I'm not just looking at one direction. I'm looking at both. I'm very open to either or. Any plan to set the classroom workshops again after COVID restrictions settle? Oh, not right now, mate. Not right now. We're going to keep the online stuff humming away. Okay, so Ethereum downtrend on the daily, but look, you know what optimal chart structure is. You know what a good trend is. We want smooth flowing trending charts. That's not it. It's a complete mess, and we don't want that. So with that being the case, we skip it. Cardano is looking quite nice right now, and don't get me wrong, things can change very fast. We see things change very fast often in this space. It's one of the reasons I love the space so much. You look at Cardano here, strong today, 6%. Bloody nice move. Where's it coming from though? That's what we've got to look at. It's coming from a point of messiness, but is it out of that messy stage just yet? Not yet on the 2 hour. The 1 hour doesn't look too bad. The only problem we've got with the 1 hour is lower low, higher high. We want to see that trend, that nice cyclicity. I'll go as low as the 15 here. Well, there's a little cradle right there, isn't there? I mean, little pullback in, pop, you'd have your 1-to-1 on that. If you want to go into those lower time frames like that, be my guest. Just keep in mind that you maybe want to scale a little bit of that trade size back, just risk a little bit less. It does come with a little bit more. If you do get some slippage there, if there's not a buyer on the other side of your sell order, you'll have to wait until you do get a buyer, and that can hurt sometimes. It's not an issue. It's not a factor of anything wrong with the platform. It's just, if you're going to sell something, you need a buyer. And sometimes if it's too small and it moves too quick, you have to wait a little while. But that 15-minute time frame is not looking too bad right now, actually. I'm going to throw that in my list. I want to look at the 2-day quickly here too. Oh, yeah, no. Nope, that ain't pretty. That ain't pretty. Cardano's an algo perp? No. Really not interested in that. Same thing, guys. What we're going to practice is that quick capture of optimal chart structure. Do we have anything there that we can work with? Nah. If these mid time frames are not setting up with nice trends, I'm not interested. I'm going to get rid of that line. Leave that one in. Downtrend on that daily on altcoin perp. Let's go lower. No flat levels forming. There's nothing for me. Not right now. Atom. Definitely in a downtrend here. What could I look for? going higher. I mean, it's just that choppiness is really unsatisfactory for me. The only thing I could possibly look at here is if we did see a pull back up into this cradle zone. That would be something that I might consider, but it's going to probably be tomorrow morning around that 10 a.m. period when that next, we've got to get up. We've got 6 hours 50 to go to get us back into there, and then another 12 hours after that to get us that small cradle. Tomorrow morning is a possibility. That's the only thing that I can see there on Atom right now. Bitcoin Cash. Ooh, don't like that. Daily push to equal highs or slightly higher than lower lows. The daily's not telling me a great deal. Go lower. I mean, all I'm going to do here, guys, I'm just going to draw in a line as a reference point. That's all it is. It's not a trading level just yet. There's test 1, there's test 2. I'm not calling these bees dick touches. And why would I use this? Well, if you've got the rest of the strategies, maybe a Bitcoin breakout could set up potentially. But I need to have a trend change there, so that's a fair way off. But more importantly, if it does push above, if it breaks above that level and pulls back in, I'll have a higher low here and a higher high. Therefore, an uptrend, and then I can pull out my checklist. And I can go through it. If it pulls back into that region, I might have an opportunity there. I will throw that in the list as well. So the whole thing here on a day like today, where we've seen this messiness, is to plan. Under what circumstances would I do what is really my objective at this moment in time. That was one of the profits from the other week. I'll get rid of those levels now because I don't think they're really relevant. There's nothing there I'm interested in. BSV starting to move a little bit. Higher low, higher high, yes, pulling back. Yeah, but is that what I want? Is a chart structure optimal? And look, you go from the 1 hour to the 2 hour and you can see you've got to have the next two time frames in a green. If you're looking at a trade on a cradle on the 1 hour, then the 2 hour also needs to match, and the moving averages are not in the correct order, so I can kill that in the face. Bro, all of this looks bullish bottom to me. Cool, I hope you're right. I'm just going to wait. I'm waiting till I get that confirmation. Where's the best place to get a list of all the margin pairs that can be imported into TradingView? Well, are you in the community? If you're in the community, it's there. If not, if you just drop an email to admin@tradercobb.com. admin@tradercobb.com. There you go. It's in the chat. The other thing as well is if anyone wants to have a chat with any of my team, you can speak with Brad. If you want to know about any of the strategies or have a chat about what you can do to learn more and whatnot, just drop an email to admin@tradercobb again and just ask for Brad. He'll jump on a call with you and just have a bit of a chat and walk you through it. See if there's anything there that you'd like to do. Another question. Do you always let the profits run, or do you sometimes cut them when you're happy with the gain? Look, for me personally, one of the benefits to this market is just how powerful the runs are. So 9 times out of 10, probably more, I will look for a runner and trail that stop, because it's not my job to know when the trade's going to come that makes me a 30 or 40 to 1 trade. Now for me, that's a lot of money. Okay, I don't know what it's going to be, or I don't know what trade it's going to be, but I do know that it will happen. The reason I can do so well from crypto is because I take what I've learnt over 14 years of trading, 12 of those being in traditional markets, 12 and 11 and a half traditional markets and no crypto. I can take that and apply that in cryptocurrency. And the reason I'm focused on crypto now is because it does have those big moves. And those big moves equal big bucks. Less trades, more money, 3 strategies, checklist, manage your risk, and that's it. Business in a box, and that's what we teach. So more often than not, I will look for a bit more of a move. Sometimes I will ease it off and just take a 1-to-1, 2-to-1, but not often. Would Bitcoin movement determine whether you take an opposite direction trade? Bitcoin bearish, trending Cardano bullish? Nope. I always look at, I read the chart for what it is. And when I don't, I lose money. For example, don't lose money, it's an opportunity cost. There was a short last year on, it was ETH. And I saw Bitcoin and I was like, oh, Bitcoin's bullish. I'm looking at Bitcoin moving higher, and I use my brain. Like, thinking is not a good idea, and I mean that. I thought that Bitcoin would do X, Y, Z, and I thought that Ethereum would follow. Well, Ethereum didn't follow. Ethereum led. Ethereum moved lower and would have been a very profitable trade if I didn't use that. Just use the checklist. That's all I need to do. So you've got to be careful not to get ahead of yourself there sometimes, because it has cost me money in the past, and I guarantee you it will cost me money in the future. I do make mistakes. It's usually that. I usually think. Doge is still very caught up, very messy, not interested there. Dragon, very much in the same boat, if I'm honest. No, support possibly. Nothing there right now. Let me actually just have a look across these two candles. Lower. Okay, that's what I was hoping to see. Let's just try and build this out a little bit. Now, for those of you who know what the Bitcoin breakout strategy is, it's one of my 3. Most of you will have the cradle. Beauty. Those that don't, by the way, FTX are putting together something that they're working on at the moment, where if you didn't capture that live content that we had out there, you'll get the chance to. Okay, just that one strategy, but you know, you will get it. So test 1, test 2, couple of support on there on Dragon. Look, I've got to be honest, it's not the greatest of trends. There is a trend, lower, high, low. It's kind of building. You can see that here. I mean, it's a high there. The higher I go, it is a mess. It's got to be said. It is a mess. I just had lunch. Smoked fish from the fish I caught the other night. I got some stuck in my teeth. Hope you can't see it. Makes me all scared to smile. Look, I'll put that in the list, and I'll just see if it evolves. It's not there yet, but I will keep an eye on that. Coming to EOS now. Well, here's one that's definitely in a downtrend, very clearly. Lower high, lower high, lower low. We are moving quite nicely. Check this out in the weekly as well. Told you these strategies work on any time frame. Pulled back in the cradle, moved away. So again, just a bit more evidence of that. Let's see if we can't get anything out of this. See if we can't find something. I don't like the way this bottom's sitting. Or sorry, I shouldn't call it a bottom. I don't like the way those candles are sitting. EOS for me, pull back in here on the 12 hour possibly, but that'll be for tomorrow morning at a minimum again. Do you know if FTX are looking to implement stop limit orders into the calculator? I actually don't, Aaron. The calculator, the thing is you can raise your orders as a stop limit. I don't raise my orders from the calculator. I always want to double check and triple check everything, and I've just got a way that works for me, and I just stick to it. So I'll use the calculator to find the risk I'm going to take on the trade. You know, if I want to risk $1,000, I'll do the calculator. I'll move the numbers on my entry and stop goes here and here, and then I'll put in the amount of contracts until I'm as close to 1,000 as possible. From that point on, it's a manual process. Like, I know you can hit bang, you know, and it raises the order for you. I just don't do that. I still do it that manual, slower process. It's methodical. It works for me, and I'm very simple in the way that I do everything. It's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yes, there are more efficient ways of doing things that I do, but I couldn't care less. It works for me. Okay. No, there's nothing of interest there on Ethereum Classic. Have I gone past? No, I haven't gone past XRP. So the trade that I got stopped out of was a cradle here. I got boop, in, bam, out. Happens. It happens. Doesn't bother me. It is part of trading. Exchange token, lower high, lower low. Let's go to the 12 and see if we've got anything there. Again, a little pullback into that region and a little bearish candle. Yep, I would certainly have a look at that. I'm not saying I would take a trade, but I'd definitely be looking at that again in the morning. And this just points out the importance of doing, regular scans of this list. Hobby. $4 mark. I'm just going to mark that in. See. I'm just going to put a reference point. That reference point brings me back to looking at this and go, oh, there's a line there, so I'll have an extra look. That's all it does. Leo, a little bit spiky. I just don't like charts like that, so I'll go straight past it. Link's an absolute mess. Check it out. From all these wonderful runs it's had to just being completely caught up. So for me, it's a big fat no thank you. Litecoin. Litecoin downtrending. Let's check that out. Lower high, lower low moving averages in the correct order here. We'll check that 12. Again, back up into that cradle. Maybe tomorrow, but not right now. Matic. Let's hit the 2-day. Oh, stop. No, there's no. I can leave that. It was just too wide between my entry and my stop loss. Makes the risk too large. Oh, sorry, not the risk too large. It just makes the stop too wide, and it's not something that I'm interested in. No interest in mid-cap. All over the place there. No, thank you. OKB. Downtrending on the daily. 12. The thing is, we got that $5 mark right there, yeah? We got the cradle here, but if I go for the 12, I've got to have the daily with the moving averages crossing over in the right direction. Possibly tomorrow. Again, not now. Question as I go, do you ever consider hedging a trade that if moves are going against you? I hedge my investments for sure on a short, but not really. You know, for me, I try and keep things separate. And look, I hear people go, oh, you know, there's people that go, I've got this great strategy. I'll have a long and a short open, and then when it starts moving in one direction, I'll close the other one and I'll make money. And that's not how it works, because what's stopping it from going, oh, we're falling, you close the other one, which is your long, and then all of a sudden it goes up. Now, I try and keep things relatively simple. I will look at short trades sometimes as a hedge for my portfolio. For example, if I'm short, Bitcoin or anything really, and the market's in a downtrend, I may not scale out. I may just leave it open, because it means that I'll, you know, as my portfolio is decreasing in value, my trading account is increasing in value. But the way I look at things, I try and keep them both separate. My investment portfolio and my trading portfolio, very, very separate. Sometimes they do marry together in that sense, but I'm not too concerned about that. There's not been very many times where I've not had a short on when we've had a downtrend that's at least covered me to a certain extent. So I'm pretty comfortable with just focusing on the trading. I'll just sometimes not scale out in some circumstances and let the full position run. And that's sort of my look at a hedge. Beautiful trend here on shitcoin, but there's nothing there on the daily. Oops. Let's go here. We really need to see this level taken out. We need some better trends in play. Yeah, there's nothing there either. Tomo. No, messy all over the shop. Tron. That was building up beautifully into that resistance, but it didn't break, it just fell, and there's nothing there right now of interest to me. Here's XRP, right, look. I'll show you. It wasn't this breakout. Sorry to say. Yeah, the market's not great right now. Doesn't take long for it to sort itself out usually though. 1, 2, 3, running in through here. 3 tests of resistance. I think I went to the 2. I think it was the 2. It was a Bitcoin breakout trade. My stop went there. I got put in and I got taken out. Thankfully, I got taken out before that big candle, so I didn't get any slippage. But that was the trade that I took on I think it was Saturday morning. And yeah, I got taken out. As of now, ooh, hang on. I can negate that level now because it's been broken through a few times. There is a lower high. Again, pulling back up. It's a tomorrow. It's a tomorrow thing for me. Tezos, it's all over. It's very, very messy. I'm not interested in that at all. That chart's not filling me with anything of interest on those time frames, nor on this time frame, the lowers. Privacy coin, we'll jump out of there and look at that daily. Nope, not interested, and we're back at Bitcoin. So, pretty straightforward, guys. There's a time to trade. Sorry, what does he say? Jesse Livermore, there's a time to be long, there's a time to be short, and there's a time to go fishing. The time to go fishing is now. It's not time to, and I think in Victoria you can now too, right? You're allowed to go fishing. It's not a market that's standing out to me as a real winner with lots of opportunity. You know, the only things I've got in here that are the perpetual contracts is Cardano, and this does look quite nice. This is starting to open up for trades. I want to see it pull back in nicely. I want to see the cyclicity really kick in. It could be a little bit later. Bitcoin Cash, we're looking at this on the hourly here. If you know what the breakout is, you can stalk that. Otherwise, a push above and a pull back in for a cradle. That's a potential over the next few hours. And Dragon as well. If you know the breakout, there's a potential for a short there. It's still not set up yet. So there are a few things, a lot more than this morning, that's for damn sure. But there's a lot of stuff that, that we're just waiting on. Okay, so yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Keep yourself plugged in to what we're doing. Of course, if you do have any questions and you want to know about more about what we're doing, just email admin@tradercobb.com, ask for Brad. Brad will be in touch with you. And yeah, make sure you subscribe and you have the notifications switched on for the watch list videos that we'll be doing. We've got 2 more to go out this week. So have a good one, guys. Keep in the loop. And yeah, have a great day. Cheers, guys. Take it easy.